Hey guys, I am here with the lovely Maya. She's going to share with us kind of her journey and tell us a little bit about herself and where she was and where she is now. So Maya, why don't you start off with telling us a little bit about yourself and where you were before you started with us at CEO?
Okay, I am like she said, my name is Maya Tyler. I am a widow coach, a life coach for widows. And where I was in my business before CEO was fairly new. I had been in, doing coaching. I had an online course and doing one-on-one coaching for about a year. And I was successful in the clients that I coached, but getting more clients was really, really hard for me. It seemed like I had a ton of people getting onto my calls, but they weren't qualifying the way that I needed them to actually become clients. They either didn't have the funds to invest in themselves or the motivation to invest in themselves, or they didn't have the focus that I was looking for. So when I came across CEO, what Sarah and the team did for me was they changed and helped me tweak my messaging so that the people that I was attracting were actually interested in doing and accomplishing the things that I was teaching. And also there was changing the qualification for my, or making them more qualified. When people would to actually get on a call with me, they helped me figure out a way to weed out the people that I didn't want to talk to versus the people that would be able to actually be helped by me, and so on and so forth. So that really helped a lot. And it really got my business rolling in a way that I can actually sustain my business and not have to go back to my day job. So that was awesome. And I'm really excited and really grateful. Yay!
Yay at the end of that. I actually remember our call specifically when we hopped on, and you didn't have the problem of getting leads. Like, you were like, I am back to back on calls. I'm just literally, like you said, I'm not converting any of the calls. So you were like call after call after call, and it wasn't converting. And I remember that was the biggest issue because you were already running Facebook ads, you had already hired a coach, you had already worked with mentors, but it was just that sticking point of like, I'm getting all of these things. It feels like everything is in order, but why isn't it all coming together? And why am I not seeing the revenue from all of these things that seemingly on the outside seem to be working, but I'm not seeing the financial result of it. So I remember like that call specifically with the three of us. So what would you say, like in terms of just experience, how has your experience been working with us at CEO from support, community, coaching, all that kind of stuff? Where would you support us?
I think that, you especially, because I seem to work more closely with you. The communication was great. We always had our meetings, and the support was good because I felt like I could relate to you. I'm not like, 17 like you are, but
I think.
Right. I only look 17. I'm not actually 17.
Everyone's gonna think I'm 17 now. That's cool.
But I felt like you guys were in the same place I was as far as, not being, or basically just hitting the mark as far as communication, as far as language, as far as how to how to help me get the lingo and the technology and all the things that would actually work for my specific brand. It wasn't, and when I say that, I mean like it wasn't too teeny boppery and it wasn't too, I guess, stiff. The communication and support was great. The mentoring and the training for how to present my own business. I got a lot of influence. It came from the influence of the way you guys run your business. And so I really felt like the support, the training, and the communication were great.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's been the biggest thing is just with anything in your business, especially if you don't have like that business partner, you need the business mentor to be there to bounce ideas off of, to be able to get the support if you need it, to have the answer to a question if you have it, and be able to just walk through the steps. And I think for you specifically, the biggest thing has been diagnosis and the correct diagnosis, because we can just say, do this and increase this and we have to do this, that. But I think in business, there's always ways to find out where the missing piece is, and being able to put the right eyes on it to find out what that is, tweak, adjust, so that you can continue to see the results. And if I think that's what we've been able to do together, and that's been one of the biggest, and correct me if I'm wrong, the turning points for you is just being able to diagnose what hasn't been working and what we need to do as a result of to get the results that we want. So like biggest thing for most people, let's talk numbers. So in terms of results, financial results, all that kind of stuff, what has your financial ROI been since working with us at CE-Owned?
In the short amount of time I've been working with CE-Owned, I've made about 18K, which for me and what I was doing before is just phenomenal. Like, I didn't make that much all year last year. So, and it was not something, it was my self-esteem and my confidence in myself as a business person. I was thinking, well, maybe I just don't have what it takes. Maybe I'm just not doing something right. Maybe this just isn't for me. But after working with you guys, I've seen that no, it wasn't me personally. It was my methods. It was my messaging. It was things that can be tweaked and fixed. And once those little things were in place, I'm like making money and, rolling in it, baby. So I'm excited.
I think actually what you just said there is so relatable in the sense of what I can relate to it when I started, right? Which is when something goes wrong in business, especially in the beginning stages or when things aren't working in particular, the biggest thing that we always think is immediately we reflect on ourselves, like, what's wrong with me? Why isn't this working? Maybe I'm not good at this. Maybe I need to go back to work. And that's when the fear and self-doubt and all these things come in. But I think that's also the time where the greatest level of support is needed. One, from an emotional perspective, but also one from a rational perspective of really being able to solve the problem so that you can see the results that you need to, and then be able to almost separate it in a way, be the consciousness observing your program, and then be able to make decisions that are going to support your business in every way possible. And I think that's what you've been able to do. And if you hadn't, you wouldn't have seen $18,000 in results. You just wouldn't have. And way more to come, right? Because now you know the systems to utilize to consistently see results. So I guess the last thing here is, what would you say to someone who's watching this video? Maybe they've watched all of the testimonial videos and they're just on edge. They're thinking about joining the program. They're debating it. Maybe they're debating another coach, or maybe they're debating staying in their 9-to-5, or maybe it's not the right time right now, or maybe they're just scared of the financial investment. They're scared of taking the leap. What would be the one piece of advice that you would give to someone who really wants to do this, but they're on edge?
I would say, I would ask them, is what they're doing right now working? And if they're not, the only way to get anything different is to do something different, to try something different, try something new, and with that, sometimes, especially with this, I felt like, well, I've already tried a coach. I've already tried mentoring, but it was something about the honing in on what the problem was. And something about you guys' ability to connect to me and reach to me. Everybody has something that's for them. Everybody, gravitates towards people for a reason. And for some reason, when, I don't know if it was you guys' outstanding communication or methods or what, but it was worth the leap. It was worth the leap. And there was something about you guys specifically that resonated with me. And I'm glad I took the leap. I don't regret a thing, and I'm definitely doing way better, twice as much as I was ever doing before. And I didn't have to transform and grow a new arm or anything. Like, it just, I didn't have to mortgage my house or anything like that. It was basically just, okay, stepping out on faith and deciding, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do something different to get something different. And that's what I did. So
I love it. There's nothing to add to that at all. This is amazing. It's definitely something I have to ask myself a lot of time too. If it's not working, why isn't it? And what do I need to do differently? So huge. Thank you so much for being on. I'm super excited for you in so many ways. This is the beginning of a growth phase to come, and that's exciting in itself. And keep kicking ass, girl.
Okay.